Good afternoon, students again. Today we will be having our third experiment on engineering mechanics. I am Mr. Monong, assisted by Laxman. So today in our engineering mechanics lab, we will be verifying Lami's theorem using a jib crane apparatus. So first of all, I will explain what is a jib crane apparatus, what is Lami's theorem, and what is the procedure for verifying Lami's theorem using a jib crane apparatus. And other theoretical and other procedures are written in your manual, which will be given to you through email or whatever sorts of communications. So, what is a jib crane apparatus? A jib crane apparatus consists of a rigidly placed vertical post which is supported by a member. So the bottom end of this post, is connected with an inclined member called a jib, and the top of the jib and the vertical post are held together by a chain called a tie. So this is the vertical post, and this is the jib, and this is the tie. So the vertical post, the jib and the tie are held together to form a triangle. So we have a triangle here. We can change the positions of this point. This point we can get any type of triangle here. Suppose if I change this point to here, I might get a different type of triangles. If I change this position, I might have different triangle. So since the jib and the tie are respectively compression and tension carrying members, so they are fitted with a compression and tension spring balance. So when the jib crane is loaded by adding weight, at the top of this jib, we have it represents a coplanar concurrent forces system of three forces. So when we apply load on this apparatus, it represents concurrent coplanar force of three forces. Suppose if I apply load at the top of this jib, so this represents a concurrent coplanar forces of three system. So what are those three forces? We have one force acting vertically here by 1 kg load. We have one forces acting here. We have one compression force acting along the jib, and we have another one tension forces acting on the tie. So all these three forces acting on the member and on the load meet at a single point. So there are coplanar forces of three systems. We have one tension forces here, we have one compression forces going here, and we have one vertical forces going acting along here in the single point. So this jib apparatus represents a coplanar forces of three systems. I hope I'm clear with that one. So how will we verify Lami's theorem using this jib apparatus? What is Lami's theorem? Lami's theorem states that if three coplanar forces acting on a particle, if three coplanar forces, 1, 2, 3, if three coplanar forces acting on a particle keep it in equilibrium, then each force is proportional to the sine of the angle between the other two forces. I'll repeat one more time. If three coplanar forces, 1, 2, 3, acting on a single point, which is a coplanar forces, keep it in equilibrium. If it is in equilibrium, then each forces is proportional to the sine of the angle between the other two forces. I hope I am clear. So it is written here clearly on your manual with all the free body diagram, how to resolve the force horizontally and vertically. Everything is written here clearly. So we are going to verify that theorem using this jib apparatus. Whether it is actually equilibrium or not, we are going to experience using this jib apparatus. So how will we verify that the Lami's theorem using this jib apparatus? I'll show you here how to do. First of all, we'll simply put this jib apparatus like this. We'll take the initial reading. We'll take the reading of the entire member of this triangle, the length of this triangle. So this is the vertical post. You can note it like LV, vertical length. What is the length? Let's see. Using a steel rule, we find the length without any load. We have 75 centimeter here. So here, how much do we have? Here we have approximately 99.2 centimeter, and on the thigh we have approximately 75.3 centimeter. So I'll write down. So this jib apparatus, without applying any load, we have taken the initial reading of each side. So the length between this post, this vertical post, between the thigh and the jib, we have we have 75.3 centimeter here, and here we have 99.2 centimeter, and here this length we have 76.4 centimeter. So we have taken the initial reading. Now what we are going to do? We are going to apply load. We are going to apply load, let's say 2 kilogram of load at the end of the jib, at the intersection of the jib and the thigh. Now we have 3 forces acting on a single point. What are those 3 forces? We have a tension force here acting along the thigh. We have a compression force acting along the jib, and we have a vertically loaded forces acting vertically. Now we have 3 forces, 1, 2, 3, all coplanar. They are meeting at one point. Now we have 3 forces meeting at one point, which is coplanar. So what will we do? We have already taken the initial readings. Now we will take the readings of these members again. How much change in length do we observe after applying load? After we apply load, since this is in tension, this length is increasing. So there will be an increase in length in the thigh. And since this is having a compression force, this length will be decreasing from the initial reading, like this, since it is a compression force. Now we are going to take the readings again. Now the vertical is the same. We have 75.3. Now, what is the change in dimension in the thigh? .5. Initially, we have approximately 76 something. Now, due to the tension force, the length of the thigh has increased. Now we have approximately 78.5 centimeter. Now, what is the change in length in the jeep? Let's see again. Initially, we have approximately 99.2 centimeter. Now, how much do we get? $96.8. 96.8. Now, what we have observed with loaded and unloaded. Without loading any forces on the jeep apparatus, we take the initial reading. That is the first step. Now we apply load so that we can obtain 3 coplanar forces. 1, 2, 3. Now we take the readings again. There is a change in length at the tie and the compression. Now, after taking the reading, after loading the weight, we subtract the initial reading. From here, we subtract the initial reading of the jeep from the final reading in order to get the forces acting on this member. So by applying different load, we will take 2, 3 readings. Now I am applying 2 kilogram of load. So in number 2, you can load. Here we have another 1 kilogram. You can note down the change in length again. You can take the measurement here in the tie and in the jeep. Same. We have another half kilo. By applying half kilogram of load, how much changes in length do we get? So after taking all those reading, taking down all those reading, you can solve the equations to prove Lami's theorem as shown in the manual. Everything will be shown in the manual. I want you to go through the manual, see it, how it is working together with what I have shown just now. So it can be expressed graphically and mathematically. So I want you guys to go to the manual and see, and we will give you some readings. We will send you data. So you will copy down all this manual and do all the calculations works on your report. So with that, I will conclude my experiment to verify the Lami's theorem for today. I will see you in the next class. Thank you.